Matt's changing the brakes on my 2016 Hyundai Elantra. I've got 82,000 miles on it and still have the factory brakes on it, so I think I did pretty good about not hitting my brakes too hard. From what I've researched, about 40,000 miles is what they say you'll get out of brake pads, but it was time to change my oil and rotate my tires. And when I had that done, they told me that my brakes was getting down close, so instead of paying $160 to have it done, Matt is going to do it for me. I paid $70. I got the best brakes. You can get the lower grade for $40, but it had no warranty. I got the best brakes. They'll have a lifetime warranty on them, which really means you can change them out once.
Need a hammer.
What he's doing now is pushing the calipers in, because these calipers have adjusted to my brake pads being almost gone, and we're going to put some thick.
You got to decompress the piston as much as you can.
And they've got little tools that do it. We have a little tool, throw it over there on the ground, but it's easier just stick a screwdriver in it and push the piston. He had to break the lug nuts off of this thing. They put my tires on, break them loose. Matt had to break my lug nuts loose. They were on so tight from where they rotated my tires the other day.
One of them couldn't. One side you couldn't hardly get loose, and the other side I could have got a ratchet and socket and hook them off. What
size are you using to take those bolts out?
14 millimeter.
14 millimeter takes those two.
See how loose it is then.
Bolts out, and you can take the caliper off.
Just wiggle it off and set it on top or tie it off where it's no
yeah, you don't want to let
strain on that line.
You don't want to let it hang down on the.
And then since these pads are a certain way, I'm laying them off.
Yeah, because these pads are different. The front and back is different. The back has a little squealer thing on it.
I'm laying them on each side so I don't get them confused.
See, on the back it has this little squealer thing. And they include new clips with the new brakes. And you just pop those off and pop them back on. It's nothing special about that.
And they just about won't go in wrong unless you pick up this hammer and make them fit.
And then this is the back one. This is the one with the little squealer thing on it.
From the other side, put the top in first.
Yeah, it seemed like it went in a whole lot easier if you put the top in first. At least the other side did.
Yep.
And then here's the. Show them the difference in my old one and new one before you put that one in there. I used every bit of my pad up. It only has a 16th, or it's not even an 8th left on that one. But it hadn't got into the rotor yet, so I'm not going to have to replace the rotors. Just got to get it to fall right into that little clip deal.
Get me a brake cleaner.
This is just brake parts cleaner. It gets all the gunk off of everything. Any greasy handprints.
And it evaporates real quick. Alright.
Now he's going to put the caliper back on. They said my back brakes still look good, so we're only changing the front. Usually you'll go through 2 or 3 sets on the front before you'll change one on the back that went under that towel. So it just about took longer to drag out the parts or the tools to do this with than it does to actually do it.
Yeah, if you don't have to do the rotors, just have to do the pads. It's pretty easy.
But I thought they would probably end up giving me the $40 brakes. I got the $70 brakes, and I saved $90 on labor by making my husband do it on a Sunday morning where he'd rather be doing something else. But it's raining, so he can't ride his motorcycle.
If it was motorcycle weather, it'd be expensive.
If it was motorcycle weather, I guess I'd have paid $160 for them to change my brakes.
You pay, it's not my money. Alright, let me get those stuff right there.
And you see, we put a jack stand up under this thing just in case if the jack was to give way. You don't want this thing coming down and mess up the rotor, mess up our concrete and everything else. Yeah, I just barely had
Yeah,
some.
it was fixing to make metal.
Yeah, I don't have much left on those. And I have some little hubcaps that go on mine because I don't have the aluminum wheels. When I bought this car, I just wanted the cheapest car I could get, brand new car with a warranty that had power windows and power door locks. I didn't want Bluetooth anything. I didn't want all the computer mess that was in all these. All I needed was power windows and power door locks.
I'm not tightening this up all the way. I'm just getting for the wheels not floppy.
Yeah, with these hubcaps, it's easier to.
Yeah, these hubcaps are held on by the lugs.
Which is kind of aggravating putting the tire on, but at least you don't have to worry about losing a hubcap.
They won't steal these high-priced hubcaps.
Yeah. Just don't want them coming off going down the road 80 miles an hour.
Always just get them good, tight. Don't try to tighten them while they're up on the jack stands or jack.
Yeah, just get them
Just
snug.
get them good and snug where they won't come loose. Make sure you pull your jack stands out.
Remember to tighten your lugs.
Always tighten your lugs, and because we've done that, don't jump in the car and put it in gear. Make sure you leave it in park and pump your brakes till you get a pedal back. Because right now you go in there and your first pump, where we've squeezed that piston all the way in for the pads to go in, you got all that to fill back up. So that's usually one good push on the brake pedal. So you can very well put it in gear, start rolling forward, and you push down on the brake, and you'll panic, just try to push harder. And you really need to just pump it one more time. So this thing here, Carl, you need to get it while I'm tightening these other ones up. And like I say, leave it in park, crank it, pump your brakes. If you don't want that first time, it'll be squeezing. The first time went all the way down, didn't it?
First time went all the way to the floor, second time went halfway down because I got brakes.
Yep, well, that's what you gotta always remember. And if somebody rotates your tires, if you can't do it yourself, get somebody to go around with a 4-way lug wrench or torque wrench and check. Because most tire places, when they put your lug nuts on, they just go by what force the impact wrench does. Some of them do, some of them don't. But if you see them put a torque wrench on there, they know what they're doing. If you don't see them put a torque wrench and just do that, don't trust them. Do it yourself. Go around, and it's good if you've done it. When you get through, it don't take just a minute to go around and make sure. I'd rather find out if we got one loose or forgot something that way is going down the road.
Well, that's it. My baby has new brake pads. She's ready to go. Hopefully another 80,000 miles. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share them with your friends.